Hello, everyone. I'm Phoenixtremayne, and I want to welcome you to Soap Film Live. Let me see, I might have too much light on me. That may not be enough light, but welcome to Soap Fam Live. We're going to be talking about the soaps today, all the good things that are happening. If you need to ask me any questions about what's going on in the soap world, feel free to ask me. Um, you know, we didn't have Soap Fam Live last week, so looking forward to talking to you guys today. Making some adjustments. What is that? Oh, yeah, we're kind we're, we're kind of adjusted. Now I'm in the middle. Hi, Wendy. Hey, Sandra. Yeah, feeling a little bit better. Not 100%, but feeling a little bit better. Thank you for asking. Let me know which soap you guys want to talk about first. Hi, Kitty. Hi, Sheree. Hey, Rich. How are you? How are you guys doing today? I'll let you guys start. Uh, throw something out there. Ashlyn Locke, story sure. Yeah, Wendy. Ashlyn Locke was my probably one of my favorite stories of the week. If you watch my video, the Young and Restless Week in Review, um, I was really glad that Victor was being Victor. I wish Nikki was more of a ride or die kind of person because she went and ran straight to Victoria, letting Victoria know all the business. So Victoria could get mad at her father. So I think that she sort of betrayed Victor in a way to let she betrayed Victor by telling Victoria what happened. She should have kept that to herself, you know, and she also should have didn't mention that she wasn't on a phone. I'm sure she had a cell phone too. She waited for Victor to tell her to call the ambulance. So she was not 100%, uh, you know, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Rich, for letting me know that the audio mute because I was talking and I guess you guys didn't hear. I don't know how much you guys missed, but what you mean? Remind Nikki about the pole she came from? um, we gotta agree to disagree. I think y'all know that I'm a huge advocate of Days. I'm a huge advocate of Ron's writing on Days, but it's getting too repetitive for me. I think it begins with Kristen now becoming Kate. Um, glad Sierra's leaving this week because it's just hard to watch her every episode telling Ben Heen ish and Theo sort of fallen for Sierra again, and all the problematic things could happen. That if he actually gets with Sierra and her memory comes back, she's going to feel like she was taken advantage of because she knows that Theo should know, autism or no autism, that Theo should know better than to take advantage of her when she really can't speak for herself because she's not aware that she even has this psychic connection with Ben, her so in love, that even her mother was cool with it. So just the way it's written, it got a little pervy. Um, but Jay Bradley stick with it. There's still a lot of good stories on Days of Our Lives. So let me check and make sure that you can hear me. Okay. Let me know if my mic is back on. Is my hello? Okay. Let me know if my mic is back on. Okay. My mic is back on. So where were we? Yes, Kristen is going to be Kate next. And on Friday, she's going to break up with Jake. And my weekly spoiler videos, I just finished the weekly spoiler videos. I just got to edit them and put them on. So when I finish this at 3 o'clock, I got to get back to those, get those 4 videos out. So you guys can have the spoilers for the week of April the 26th. We have Wendy. I think Nikki wants to see Victoria best her father. Nikki had always suffered by and watched Victor win, but she knows Victoria can't get under his skin in a way she can't. I think that would make her a horrible wife, being unsupportive of her. Her daughter is grown and already in control of the company. You know, she's just adding fuel to the fire and causing them to have a bigger rift. So if that was the case, and she's siding with her daughter against her husband when Nikki and Victor really aren't at odds at the moment, that makes her a bad mother, if that was the case. So, a tidbit about Abigail. She's going to actually accidentally knock Gwen down the steps. So there's a chance that the baby may have already gone before the fall, and then Gwen says that it was Abigail's fault. Or Abigail accidentally pushing her down the steps will cause the baby's demise and Marcy Miller's temporary exit so she can go on maternity leave because them coats is poking out mighty much. And also, Marcy Miller's already had the baby, so we know it's got to be coming up pretty soon. I thought Theo would be better. Um, that's just bad writing. She should have went to go see her mother Hope, or went to go to some memory place out the country or whatever, and Hope's gonna meet her there. That would have been such a simpler solution. Why bring Theo into this and make people not like him? I think Chanel is written pretty poorly too. I really want to like Chanel, but she's not a good schemer, and she doesn't think she's really stupid. That's the way I view the character. Chanel is one of the dumbest characters I've seen in soap history. She's just vapid. She's just like, I want money. I don't want to work. Ooh, you got money. So let me marry you while you're drunk and off camera. And yeah, then my mother only gives him 100,000, and I go, well, what about my cut? That's only 50,000 each. Now they're both going to get nothing. So she's got expensive taste and no drive or whatever. Even as a schemer, I wish she could come up with like a better scheme. And then it looks like she might be a lesbian or bisexual because she is going to be potentially Allie's ex, potentially. That they hooked up in London. Yeah, so I'm waiting to see if that's true based on the May Sweeps preview. Well, the problem is, JC, if she wants Victor to stop dangling, Victor's not dangling Newman. Victoria's already in control. I mean, I've seen Monday's episode. Victoria said that she's not, that she doesn't, she's made good relationships with people on the board, and that she's secure that Victor can't, get her out of her chair. So why take a red cape and then just start waving in front of the bull just in case to see what the bull might do next? So she's not helping Victoria win. Victoria's already won. She's had a Newman. She just hates Adam so much that giving Adam Syraxis or anything, or just Victor showing Adam any kind of love makes Victoria's head explode. This has nothing to do with Newman. Every time Victoria talks, oh, it's just Adam. All you care about is Adam. You got the company for Adam. You're working with Adam. She's probably upset that Victor is not giving her as much attention as she gives Adam, although she probably would complain about it. But seeing that he's always on Adam's side is driving Victoria nuts. And all Nikki does is comes with a gas can and goes, "Oh, here's some more gasoline for this fire." And then when Victor does something horrible to Victoria, it ain't gonna be nobody's fault but Nikki. Yeah, well, like I said, Victor, if she Nikki does not want a man like Victor, she could have always went and got Jack. Jack is always seemingly waiting for Nikki to change her mind. Whenever Nikki he's single and Nikki, needs, some advice or something, he always looks like he's ready to walk down the aisle. Hello, Jenny. Uh, he hasn't done anything to work to get back into the chair. What has he done to work to get back in the chair? All he's done is try to build a whole new company with Adam and work with Adam. He hasn't done anything to try to take Newman from Victoria, because if he really wanted Newman from Victoria, he'd just take it, and there'd be nothing she can do about it. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for Victoria to just go a little bit too far, and then Victor's like, you know what, you're out. I'm in, because I don't think that no matter how much influence Victoria thinks she has over the board, they ain't got nothing on Victor, who's probably got secrets and blackmail on deck for whenever he needs it. Um, yeah, Luke is telling Chloe that he has a brain tumor. Um, I thought it was funny because I actually liked his performance this week. But next week, because I don't think you've seen I haven't released the Days of Our Lives preview for next week. But in the preview for next week, um, uh, Sammy tells Chloe that it's true that Lucas has a brain tumor, and already she's looking at brain tumors. So this may distract her from Brady after all. Thank you. We agree. So now I'm all caught up. Uh, Yeah. I haven't watched General Hospital in 3 weeks, so unfortunately, I can't speak much on General Hospital this week. But in the comment section, you all can definitely discuss the General Hospital stuff coming up. Um, like I said, I'm so far behind on General Hospital that I feel like do I really want to like watch 15 or 20 episodes. How far I'm behind to catch up. I may just start Monday and start watching from there. And I've seen the spoilers, so it's not like I don't know what's going on. But I haven't seen like the scenes play out. Just what the spoilers tell me is going to happen. Hey, Sandy Moon, thank you for joining us. But if you have questions about Young Restless, Bold and Beautiful Days of Our Lives, then I'm good. I'm all cut up. I've got my daily looks out there, daily recaps out there. I got the weekend review out there, and I've done the weekly spoilers, which I got to finish editing once we finish this at 3 o'clock. So yeah. If you ask me, I know Jenny. That's your show. You only come for General Hospital. So I might disappoint you this week. But yeah, it's like the baby swap definitely probably happens by May sweeps because Brooklyn needs a baby and Maxie needs to protect her baby from Peter. I might, but I will have the fast forward button ready for all of it. Just like I'm surprised some people were surprised that Sean is still in jail. Where else would he be? They've got Jason and Alexis in jail. So of course, they're gonna they're doing jail stories. So he's in the right place for those storylines right now. Okay. Thank you for stopping through, Jenny. Appreciate you. Uh, right now, it's becoming more of a toss up for me. So there's nothing really going on in General Hospital that I'm eager to see. Maybe I'll change my mind once I play catch up. But based on spoilers, I don't feel like I'm missing anything. Willow now, I guess, loves Michael, but because Chase is hurt, how many times have we seen that storyline? The character's now in love with somebody else, but now they're with the person who's hurt because they feel obligated, and it never ends well for any of them. Especially the person who's hurt, who eventually, if they play it out like all souls play it out, will eventually start pretending they're not getting better so they can keep the person. Chelsea, Young and Restless. We just had this storyline, but okay. Mhm. If Carly is going to be ready to take care of business, then I need to see a spoiler that says Cyrus is gone and Peter's gone. Right now, with Rogers coming back is a secret. My guess was he's coming back as Lucky. That was my guess. But there's some people who are like, no, he can't be Lucky. But that's my guess. They're hinting that Lucky's coming back and that it might be Jonathan Jackson. But come May, when Roger Howard returns as a new character, um, I'm still uh, my bets are still on Lucky. I could be wrong, but my luck is still my bets are still on Lucky. Oh yeah, Jason got shanked. I forgot about that. But like I said, I keep up with the spoilers, so I know what's going on. I know Jason got shanked, but yeah. Oh, that's a given. I was fast forwarding through Willow and Michael when I was watching every day, so they ain't gonna change. That ain't gonna change. And I saw a brief scene of Sonny beating up a guy who I think is going to be Elijah when they take the mask off or whatever. Who had a gun. I don't think it's going to be that hard because May Sweep says how Janet, I mean, no, not Janet, Jan is going to begin to unravel. And probably her erratic behavior will tip Belle off to it was actually Jan. It's just a matter of, well, Jan is a crazy character. So they just got to get Belle to have a confrontation with her. And Jan's the kind of character to be like, I did it and I set you up, and then there could be witnesses or something, because Jan is going to be so out of control. She's going to take two hostages during May sweep. So proving Belle's innocence probably going to be real a lot easier than you think. Now, actually giving a believable reason and way that Jan came together to do all of this, now that's the hard part. Although this is a show where people wear masks to look like other people, even if they're not the same height. So, yeah. Oh, well, well, I knew that I would always end up watching General Hospital by May sweeps, which is like in another week, but that would put me like 25 episodes behind. Because I think I'm like maybe it's 3 to 4 weeks that I'm behind. So yeah, that's a lot of episodes. Hulu only keeps 2 weeks, and the rest are on my DVR, and a bunch of those got preempted because of whatever was going on. So well, that's actually probably one of the few things I actually want to see. So now you're not making me want to watch your hospital. Carly's my favorite character, but I ain't been liking the way she's been written. Okay, loving Sally Cow, Summer Ashton Lock Triangle. Though thoughts on New Faith, yes. Michael Willow Chase needs to figure out. Not a fan of Finn being his father. So I actually love Finn being Chase's father and not his brother. Uh, to me, that's a lot more interesting. They weren't really when they were just brothers. It's not like they did a whole lot together. They didn't share a lot of scenes together. At least now they have something to overcome and work through, and may even be closer as father and son than they were as brothers. I do like the new faith, and yeah, Sally, Kyle, Ashton, all that's good right now. Right now, Young and Restless has moved up to the top position of the first soap I usually watch, followed by Bold and Beautiful. Then Days of Our Lives. It used to be Days of Our Lives first, but now Days of Our Lives is like third, and General Hospital. Well, I'm like 4 weeks behind. Oh, this is something I 100% agree with. That Ray, I don't think Ray and Sharon should have ever gotten married. Well, the preview for this week is going to be coming out in probably like 2 hours. But Kristen becomes Kate. Um, Abigail knocks Gwen down the steps. She loses the baby. Uh, what else is happening? Can't think. You got to throw some people out there. I can tell you what's going on in storylines. Sammy co-signs Lucas' story about having a brain tumor. Um, Paulina doesn't uh, fall for Chanel and Xander shenanigans and is done with them. So those are some things off the top of my head. Well, Cyrus has been a major character for over a year, and now he's Laura's brother. So yeah, he's a major character. Okay. Jack does not know that Kyle has a son. I'm okay with Allie and Trip as a couple, but if Chanel really is the third one in the equation, it will. I'll see how things go because Chanel is a gold digger. Allie ain't got no gold. She only have a job, so it really doesn't make sense that Chanel's going to want fight Trip for Allie. But like I said, that's kind of the direction it seems to be going in. Yes, Sierra is going to be gone on the 28th. So Sierra's last day is April 28th. I think Billy has a life. I can't. I'm so confused now because I saw Friday and Monday episodes, so it all kind of blurs together for me. But Billy is definitely doing Lily. They have a full blown love scene. That's not, there is really them, kissing and doing the deed on the bed. It was a little long. So he's got Lily, he's got Victoria chasing after him, wanting him back. He's got his own company, and he's still obsessed with Victor. But this time the obsession is Sarax is knowing that Victor can use that company to hurt him. He's really just trying to defend himself at this point. The one thing I really wanted to happen was for Paulina to tell Chanel the long list of things that Xander has done. I don't remember any scene of Chanel actually knowing what kind of man she actually is supposedly married to. Okay, going ahead and please resubmit that comment because it looks like it's way back there. Oh wait a minute, I found it. I know they've done the twin thing already, but I remember Carlos Franco thought he had a twin. Yeah, I think he's gonna be somebody who isn't a twin. Because to get rid of Franco just to bring his twin brother in to fall in love with Liz doesn't make any sense to me. Bringing Franco back as Drew makes sense to me. Bringing Franco back as Lucky makes sense to me. Bringing Franco back as somebody completely new makes sense. Um, bringing him back as Todd doesn't make sense to me. Just because Todd has so many times to One Life to Live, and there's really no more One Life to Live characters on the show. He really has no ties to these storylines, and it'd be like his character really starting over. But if he comes back as somebody like Drew or Lucky, then he has plenty of ties to different characters already. Britt and Jason do go on a run. That's in the spoilers. Yeah, Sierra is definitely a broken record on repeat. Um, that like I said, her storyline should have ended weeks ago when she first lost her memory. They should have just shipped her off to a place where she could get some intensive therapy. But I think that they want um, her and Ben to have zero ties other than technically being married, so that they can put Ben and Claire together. If I'm interpreting the spoilers correctly, and probably Sierra will get her memory back, come back and find that Ben slept with Claire, feels betrayed, and leave again. because she's supposed to come back for another short stint in the summer, and that'll be her reason for leaving again, feeling that Ben betrayed their vows or something. Thank you, Faith. Thank you, Faith. I appreciate that. That's the only downfall about Nina's storyline is Nina's in one of those storylines where, yeah, it's not going to end well because, he loves Carly. But I would love for him to be torn between the two when he gets his memories back. Now, you can tell me this, but is Nina and Mike, aka Sonny, sleeping together yet? Or are they still just in the friend zone? Oh, well, Todd Manning owns a newspaper, so he could be returning as Todd Manning. Um, but who the hell wants to own a newspaper nowadays? Honestly, um, hell, who still gets a newspaper that's under 60? I'm not a fan of the twin storylines like when Days Were Lives. I wish Jake just came back as Stefan because Gabby chasing after her dead twin brother's brother, dead husband's twin brother, it don't sit right with me. So yeah, I actually do not like the idea of him being a twin. See, Bold and Beautiful may not be the best soap that's out right now, but since it's only like 18 minutes long, once you take out the commercials, it's a quick watch. That's one of the reasons why it's so high up on the list. It's so easy to watch, especially when people like Zende show up and I fast forward. You know, it makes it even easier to watch because there's less scenes for me to have to watch. Or if Flo shows up, that's another fast forward. Or Wyatt shows up, that's another fast forward. So part of the reason why Bold and Beautiful is so high on my watch list is because I can watch it and be done with it and move on rather quickly. It may even be 15 minutes sometimes to watch a Bold and Beautiful episode once you fast forward. I think that there's a lot of ageism in soaps, so they don't really care about giving Scott a lot to do. The actor himself has complained about it on like Twitter about veteran actors not being given their due on the shows, that they're really focusing on the younger actors and kind of younger actors. If you're between 18 and 50, then you probably have a storyline on General Hospital. But beyond that, when last time you seen Bobby for a stretch of time, and that's who he's supposed to be dating off camera. That's as bad as Epiphany dating Malo for years off camera. Yeah, that's why my fingers are crossed that he's either Todd, because I do love Todd, but he don't have any ties to the show anymore. But if they bring Todd and Star back, that's plus plus bonus. I still wouldn't see him come back as Lucky just because that would be funny, and I wouldn't mind him coming back as Drew. Uh, they're they're really just revving up her maternity leave storyline. That's what's going on. She is acting like Gabby, but the truth is, Gabby is a part of her. They're integrated. So, so if you really look at the character, um, there are parts of her that should be acting like Gabby. See, I need them to do the deed. I need him to get some WAP and then like it more than Carly's WAP. And then we get a good love triangle going. But if he just remember that he's married to Carly and loves Carly and just leaves Nina and be mad at her, then this whole story was for nothing. The best thing that could come out this story is Sonny and Carly. I mean, Sonny and Nina have lingering feelings for each other, and that he's actually interested in pursuing her. You know, that would be a great twist for the story for me. I don't know how long Liam's stories will last because Bold and Beautiful has been fast forwarding these stories rather quickly. We know it's going to last through May sweeps because it's part of the May sweeps. So yeah, it'll you still have at least a month or two of this to happen. Hell, Thomas ain't even found out the secret to blackmail him yet. Eh, no comment. Um, that's the only thing. Most papers I know are more online now. They have physical copies, but I mean, I used to work for a news. I actually used to work for two newspapers, and then, good gravy. I haven't looked at a newspaper in 20 years, maybe. Okay, yeah. Sierra, either come back full time or don't come back. Recast is like my mantra. Right, right. And I think that Maurice Bernard likes when he gets his love interest shaken up a little bit because he usually comes to life a little bit more when he has new scene partners. All those other women that he had in between Carly he seemed much more interested in them than he ever seemed interested in Laura Wright's Carly or Jennifer Bransford, her Carly. The only Carlys he really seemed interested in was Tamara Braun and Sarah Brown. After that, it's it's just blah. Hell, bring back Brenda. Good lord. I mean, she probably needs some money. Just saying. We all do. It's an epidemic out there. Yes, I highlighted Hope's bad wardrobe in my weekend review. Yeah, sometimes they repeat the same sentences for years. The Liam, Steffi, and Hope have very repetitive dialogue. It's just like watching a tennis match. It just goes back and forth, back and forth. Okay. Welcome, Manny Wood, to the channel. Hopefully, you're enjoying it. Don't be ashamed. The song WAP is a national, a worldwide phenomenon. Most people should know it. If you don't know it, you probably aren't using it. It don't need to know what it is anymore. Um, That's, I mean, I would say yeah, because that's the way when you see storylines start going in a certain direction, like on Young and Restless, when she started talking about surrogacy, it wasn't a question of would Mariah do it. It was just this part of the storyline. This is where we're going with it. And the same thing with the baby switch. Maxie's not going to suddenly look for a new person to do it. It's just inevitable now at this point. Sorry, but Abigail, I actually love Abigail, Marcy Miller, and her character's not going to be bumped off. She will return. She's simply going on maternity leave. Yeah, but if you read my spoilers, it's only in the arm. He only it only happened in the arm, so he's perfectly fine. And furthermore, Nina's going to have some trouble this week because Jax is going to come to the hospital. I mean, Sonny's going to come to the hospital, and so she's got to figure out a way to stop Sonny from seeing Jax and vice versa. I think he's too old for Ava. I would hate to see it, so that is something I do not want to happen. The answer is no. They are not keeping Chanel and Xander together. Jack saw Sonny, but Nina's going to convince him it was his imagination. Yes, Sean will get out of prison, but I don't know how he's going to do it if I was sending Nicholas to prison. So, yeah, Sean will get out of prison eventually. Once again, Jax may have seen Sonny, but Nina's going to convince him that he didn't. So remember, it's a soap opera. Things aren't that simple. And I say Sean is going to get out of jail because he's on contract. So eventually, all of these jail storylines are going to go out the window and he'll be free. It's already in the spoilers. So, yes, it will work temporarily. Jax will think that it was his imagination. So, it's not what uh, what should happen or could happen is whatever the writer says. If that's what the writer wants for now, because nobody's going to really find out about Sunny until May Sweep starts anyway. They're not going to do it in April. As far as all my children coming back, I'm looking forward to the show Pine Valley. Jax and Nina, I think that I don't like Jax, so I really wish he had got bumped off or left town. I'm ready for him to leave for Hawaii, just like I'm ready, or go back to Australia, just like I'm glad Chance got fired. I just need Jax to be next. It's problematic off camera, and that hurts my enjoyment of watching the show. There's nothing that says that either one of them are gonna go. It looked like at one point that Peter was gonna go, but then he went online to say that that's not what he meant. He wasn't saying goodbye to the fans. People have been saying Cyrus was getting bumped off for over a year now, and he's still on the show. So, and he's Laura's brother. So I don't know. whether or not either one of them will leave the show. But we just have to see if it's going to happen. It's going to happen in May sweeps. Well, I think she's only 3 or 4 months into her pregnancy, so she's still got months before she gets close to maternity leave. There's really not a whole lot to think about right now. There's no casting notices. It's going to be a primetime show, so it's not an everyday show. It's going to be called Pine Valley, and it's going to be a primetime series. It probably gets 8 to 10 episodes to see how it does. And the most episodes it'll get if it gets a full pickup is 22 episodes. So it's not like a soap is like coming back where we're gonna be watching this thing daily. They're bringing it back as a primetime show, focusing on the children, not their parents. It's focusing on the children because they don't care about an audience that's over 48. So they're looking to get the youngsters, 20s, 30s, teens. They want them to watch. So there'll be some of the older characters there just to sort of represent or whatever from what I'm understanding. But the main focus will be on the younger characters, not the old. So I'm going to watch Pond Valley as its own thing. They haven't said if he's coming back as Ryan Lavery or if he's coming as a new character. Hell, he might even be Drew. You never know. Robin is coming back because of Sean Donnelly's funeral. Do you think there's is going back on? I doubt it. There's been no word on anything like that happening. Um, and I think right now they're so focused on Vinny and Thomas getting with Hope. That's not even something that they're probably thinking about. I haven't seen any casting calls. Maybe that's something new that's hit the net. But I haven't seen any casting calls. It'd be interesting to see a new Zoe just to keep the storyline going. But I could easily see them just dropping a character altogether, having her leave town or something. Just because Ray finds out the truth doesn't mean Chelsea will get locked up. It's a soap opera. So anything can happen between now and then. I mean, of course, eventually Sarah will be found. I think they really just wanted the character off the canvas for a while. But, I mean, I don't think she'll be there forever. It's a soap opera. Eventually she'll come back. Well, as I said earlier, there is no casting announcement. Not even Susan Lucci. There are no casting announcement for Pond Valley. Um, Victor and Victoria's relationship. I think it's interesting. It. I think her obsession with Adam needs to calm down, because it just makes her character one note. But I really think that they could go deeper into the relationship of father and daughter. But then they keep bringing Adam in, which just kind of comes off as more of a distraction to me. I don't know if they'll actually come together as a couple. The May Sweet spoiler said that Quinn would be tempted by a man that she'll be trying to resist. So now we know that man is Carter. So, so once upon a time, she had the same obsession with Ridge, and her and Ridge, most they got was a kiss. So it could be the same situation. And the problem with that is there's still social distancing on Bold and Beautiful, so they're gonna have to use mannequins because they can't use each other's partners because they're not the same race. Actually, I don't think anything's wrong with the storyline with Jack A. It's perfectly fine to me. She hasn't done anything that makes me feel like it's not progressing. Um, she's got ties to the community. She's got a secret that she's going to be telling next week to the babies. She got her daughter she's running after, trying to protect, and I mean, she's perfectly in her role. There's no casting announcements for Liz's father coming back. If it's going to happen, it hasn't been announced yet. I agree, Gwen. I can't see Quinn and Carter together either, but I see they're going there. Rosemary, we've only got a couple of minutes left, but you're welcome to watch the preview. I mean the replay, and you can watch the whole hour and get lots of tidbits and information. There's only a part where my mic goes out, but after that, I think we're good. Yeah, I think that Adam, they have reason to hate Adam, but not as much as they actually do. If Victor can forgive, first off, these characters have all done horrible things to each other to begin with, anyway, and they've all done horrible things to other people. So they have no reason to be on anybody's high horse about anything. So that's just that. Yeah, I do want Hope and Thomas together. I want that to happen, just to shake things up. I know a lot of people want Hope back with Liam. I don't know why. He constantly cheats on her. And, as soon as Steffi comes back, somehow, some way, Brad loves putting Steffi with Liam. So they already cheated once. Who knows? He might be the one that delivers a baby and bonds with her or something. Yeah, he did write that. He did write those scenes. So that those 2 days. And he also wrote scenes for the show back in 2015. Um, I think it's Spencer. I really want a new Philip, but I know he's the classic Philip that long-term fans like. But he is very creepy on screen, and the fact that he's got to kiss Camilla this week is like I might hit that fast forward button. I don't know. Eventually, Sarah will probably come back, but I don't know when. Phyllis actually has no reason to hate Adam. I never understood that. He ain't really never really done anything to her. Um, but somewhere along the way, when she got brought back, looked like first she looked like she wanted to sleep with him, and then she decided he was her worst nightmare, not Victor. Um, I like Hope. I think Anika's doing a great job. Don't care. I haven't seen anything in the spoilers, but I always fast forward past Flo and Wyatt. I hate Flo with a passion. I really want Flo gone. I'm mad it was her and not Vinny. I mean, I'm mad it's Vinny and wasn't her. It's highly unlikely because when you got to look at it, not as like in a realistic sense, as a soap opera. So Bill and Liam are main characters. They're not going nowhere. So you just got to see how they wiggle out of it. Oh, I thought you meant you wanted a new Hope. You wanted a new actress. Oh yeah, I agree with you. I do want somebody new for Hope. I settled for Thomas, but I said it way earlier when I first came on and talked about Hope that I wouldn't mind her having a brand new man. I have a feeling. I think they'll actually probably sleep together. I just had this feeling he's going to cheat on Lily the way him and Phyllis were cheating with Jack on Jack. But we'll see how it plays out. I mean, he's giving her flowers for goodness sake. It's only a matter of time. I agree. I've been wanting Carly and Jason together since they hit that pool table. Way back then when they first joined the show. Yeah, the writers, the writers also, for some reason, Phyllis is the one who tried to steal the Grand Phoenix from Adam, however that deal was working out, and then Adam kind of turned the tables on her. So yeah, so Adams really didn't do anything for Phyllis. I think they're probably really married. Realistically, it happened too fast. I don't think they're not in Vegas, so I don't know how they were able to get married in less than 24 hours. I agree. Phyllis has not had a life or storyline since Gina left or got fired. So, all right, guys, it's 3 o'clock. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate all you coming on board, and I will see you next week. Hopefully, it's Saturday at 2 p.m. So, and look out for those announcements of in case I have to switch it to Sunday. But thank you everyone for joining me, and I appreciate you. Thanks for watching.